Hello and welcome to Superscript New Comic Minute for the week of Wednesday, February 8th. New month. I got a bunch of good titles this week. I'm going to kick it off, talk about some things I'm excited about. I am really excited about Daredevil. The Chip Zdarsky Daredevil has been awesome through and through. So is the Jason Aaron Punisher, and seeing them collide in this issue of Daredevil is pretty awesome. These are like two characters who their many interactions over the years are always like fun or interesting. I really am partial to the Marvel Knights Garth Ennis stuff, and I think Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil has had like the right mix of humor and like stakes and things like that, so I'm really stoked for it. Also, in a totally different direction, I am stoked for How I Became a Shoplifter. So this is like a sort of autobiographical, like semi-autobiographical comic, like very like punk rock stuff, but it is just, the subtitle is The Final Generation Before Technology Took Over, just talking about being like a punk teen pre the era of like social media, the internet existed, but we didn't know what it was going to become just yet. Cool. Pretty cool stuff. Space Job, like The Office, but in space. Just like kind of tales of corporate incompetency, but in a science fiction backdrop. Looks really funny. Cool. Interested to check it out. Black Tape, if you're a fan of The Crow, this is supposedly going to be up your alley. I've been a big fan of AWA's output, so I'm willing to try something. Maybe not the biggest Crow guy, but I've seen those. I saw that film when I was a kid, years ago. Horror. This is Justin Jordan. This is a new one from Boom. Looks real creepy, real gory. Horror book. Don't know a ton about it, but interested to get into it. And then finally, probably the book it's up there with Daredevil, but maybe most excited for this week is Static Season 2, Issue 1. So they're doing these in seasons of several issues. This book looks awesome. Nicholas Draper Ivy is not someone I'm super familiar with. That's who's writing it. But Vita Ayala, who's doing the art, is like, this book is just, this looks amazing. This is one of the best looking superhero comics I've seen in a long time. I'm really excited to get into it. If you didn't read Static Volume 1, don't worry, you can jump right in, or we have it in trade over on the shelf. And speaking of trades, we've got Volume 1 of Love Everlasting, the first creator-owned comic from legendary writer Tom King. And we started selling out of this at some point, so I was unable to keep up with it in issues. I'm really looking forward to reading it. Not super familiar with Hollingsworth's art before this, but it really reminds me of Kyle Baker, which is one of my favorite, pencilers. So I am really, really excited about it. But yeah, it's a time travel story. Really good, really interesting.
Nice.
And how about you? What do you got?
Well, we're going to start us off with a showstopper here. We got Wesley Snipes' The Exiled, featuring a character that looks very much like Wesley Snipes. Story co-written by Wesley Snipes. So this is like a detective story, but what the detective uncovers, in addition to a serial killer, he also uncovers some dark secrets, potentially just about the fate of the world. So it's going to take some weird turns. Wesley Snipes' character has a lot of guns and some weird things on his arm. So I don't know if it's set in like a sci-fi setting. Maybe it's a little bit of a cyberpunk setting, but looks cool. Wesley Snipes. What's your favorite Wesley Snipes movie? You can think out. Let me know at the end what your favorite Wesley Snipes. There's many to choose from.
Yeah, that's hard because Blade is the one where I go right to. But if we're counting the entire Blade trilogy,
no. You can think on it. I'll keep going. Then we've got Spy Superb by Matt Kint. This is issue 2. We still got issue 1 on the rack if you want to get caught up. this looks awesome. The art in it is also by Matt Kindt, and it has a little bit of like a Jeff Lemire vibe, when he does illustrations of his own stuff. But I'm in general always a Matt Kindt fan, and this is a spy story that you can be certain will have a good amount of humor and some clever writing like his books always do. It looks really cool.
There's like an outer cover and an inner cover.
Yeah.
And the outer covers on all these have like weird. This one has instructions on how to turn it into a throwing star.
Yeah. Yeah. There's kind of this outer cover is kind of like just matte paper that you can turn into a throwing star. Yeah.
I love that.
Looks really cool.
By the way, I thought of the answer. It's Major League.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wouldn't even have thought of that. I really like U.S. Marshals.
Okay.
I really like U.S. Marshals. It's very good. You don't see the twist coming.
No.
I didn't. I mean, it's good. Then we've got Red Goblin #1. If you want to follow the story of Normie Osborn, grandson of Norman, then Red Goblin #1 is for you. There's been a lot more Red Goblin featured in other Marvel books lately.
A lot of goblins in general.
Yeah.
Right.
So now he's got his
Year
own.
of the Goblin.
Exactly. He's got his own book by Alex Packnadell, who has been, in addition to doing some other stuff for Marvel and DC, has wrote Giga, which was kind of like a store favorite.
Yes.
Small press by
You said
Vault.
this literally like before we started. I already forgot.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's exciting.
So, yeah,
It makes me want to read this.
Yeah, so his writing's really great. So looking forward to Red Goblin #1. Then we've got Monarch. I'm really excited for this one. This is by Rodney Barnes of Philadelphia, which is a series that I have not read but hear nothing but awesome things about. So this is a new one by him. This is about some kids. I know at least one of them's an orphan. Maybe they're all orphans, but some orphans or kids in an unfortunate setting. They live in a rough city. They're kind of surrounded by gang life and that kind of thing. And then there's an alien invasion. So they have to navigate that in addition to their potentially difficult home life as well. So, interested to see how that all comes together. And again, heard really good things about Philadelphia. So looking forward to checking that out. That's Monarch. And then lastly here, we got second printings of everyone's favorite team up or mashup is Batman Spawn. So Batman Spawn issue #1, second printings. We've got a couple different covers here. #2 is probably really soon, right? So pick up the second printing of the first issue today, so you can get caught up on the Batman Spawn. And let us know what books you're looking forward to reading this week, and let us know what your favorite Wesley Snipes movie is, and if you saw the twist coming in U.S. Marshals. And we'll see you soon.
Have a good one, everybody.